Good afternoon and a very warm welcome indeed on Sunday afternoon. Great pleasure to be with you, and it's wonderful to have you with me. I've got two bets for you, both running in Ireland on Monday. Both going to be big prices in big fields. My speciality is big price winners from big fields, and I've got two more for you, as I say, running on Monday. They both run the meeting at Naas over there in the Emerald Isle. And one runs in the 250 and one runs in the 545. Interesting race, that 545. 19 runners go to post, and I've narrowed it down to two. I'm going to tell you the two horses, but I'm going to side with one of them, which should be a very big price indeed. And prior to that, I'm going to give you my first bet, which runs at Naas in the 250 in no less than a 27 horse apprentice handicap. There we go. Going for a real big one, and it should be a double-digit price, around 16 to 1, 20 to 1. But I'm really quite sweet on it, and I'll be marking your card on that one just 1 second. And then I'll be back to you on Monday evening, and that will be at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock on Monday evening, and that, of course, be for Tuesday's action. That's how it goes. So I'm 24 hours ahead of the next race day, so to speak. So 6 o'clock generally every night for the following day's racing. Don't forget to keep making a date with me, whatever you do. Well, I've been back on in 7 days. I started back on this channel, on my channel, where I've got nearly 6,000 subscribers now. And I was back on this channel a week ago. I came back, and I'm going to stay with you all through August, September, October, November, and December this year. And I'm looking forward to really giving you an absolute streamline full of big winners. I really am. I'm going to be very streaky indeed, the old streaky bacon. And I really do fancy producing an absolute stack of big price winners. Started off last week, I banged in an 18 to 1 down to 7 to 1, an 11 to 1 each way down to 7 to 2, and also a 14 to 1 each way. Today's bet, by the way, if you didn't know, it was a non-runner. I put one horse up this morning at 7:30, and it was a non-runner. So I just left the message there, obviously, so no harm done. It was a no bet day today. So I'm looking forward to a big week ahead as we move in to the second week in August, and I'm going to take you to the 250 at Naas. The 250 at Naas. As I say, it's my sort of flagship bet, this, when they have these 20 runners, 25 runners, 27 run handicaps, where they're betting really wide, and often it produces a so-called shock winner, 20 to 1, 25 to 1, but they're not such a shock if you know what you're doing and you read the form book correctly and you look deeper and deeper and deeper into these races. It's the horses that nobody finds that I find, which pop up at 20s, 25s, 33s, 40s. And I have produced more big price winners on this channel than anyone else has done on their channels. And I've produced more big price Irish winners than any other tipster, media expert, or anyone else in the history of Irish racing. I've produced more. It's not even open to question. And, on my private clubs over the years, I've just absolutely saturated with huge price, double-digit winners. I've had the best people in the business marking my card on Irish racing. It's cost a lot of money to get that information, but it's been well worth it. And I've learned a lot about Irish racing, which is a lot different to English, I can tell you that. And you do get some absolutely monster winners, and I absolutely love it. Well, who wouldn't when you're cleaning up big time? 250 at Naas, 27 runners go to post. I'm looking for one winner, one big winner from this race, and I might have it for you, might well have it for you. It's a horse really which hasn't got much form to its name whatsoever. If you count the noughts next to its name, I think it's seven zeros next to its name since it won. It did win 8 goes ago, 7 zeros since. I think it could win again. It's a lovely mare. It's number 23 on your song sheet. It's called NAVOROSSE, NAVOROSSE, NAVOROSSE. It's trained by James Macaulay. Not a name too familiar with most people, but James can train a winner or two. Don't you worry about that. And very, very shrewd operator. 18 winners from 218 pops at the Cherry and 64 winners in total. Very, very, very shrewd operator, as I say. He's got a young claimer on this one, claiming 7 to make it even more of an appetizing bet. And for me, on its run last time up, when it ran at Bellewstown, I'll get told off for how I pronounce that, but I don't mean to be rude or anything. That's how I say it, Bellewstown. It could be Bellewstown, but I don't know. But anyway, it's not running there. It's running at Naas. I get told off for that as well because it could be Naas, but it's Naas for me. It's number 23, NAVOROSSE. Now, it's only ran once since December 22. That was on the 6th of July, and it finished 8th of 14 with Joey Sheridan on board. Now, I know Joey Sheridan is a really good jockey, but that day he gave this horse not the best ride of all time, but he gave it the easiest ride of all time. But he kept getting boxed in, boxed in, boxed in, and had nowhere to go. It went off at 25 to 1 that day, this mare. She's a lovely mare. She's only 6. She's got bags of progression in her, and she's fairly well handicapped off 47, the same mark as last time. The handicapper didn't drop her for that because obviously he saw what I saw. But what he did do, he didn't know that Hassett, the apprentice claiming 7, is on board tomorrow. And that knocks their handicap down to a fantastic operation. Just almost, it's carrying nothing, riding bareback. Now, this jockey's only rode 3 winners, but he's only had 54 rides. So no worry there. £7 claimer knocks the weight down to almost nothing. Number 23, NAVOROSSE. Don't miss it. It's my bet there, and I think it's ready to pop up, and it's coming to the boil and ready to strike. 27 horse race. That'll do me. 250 at Naas. Should be a huge price. NAVOROSSE. I'm going to put a tick on it and look forward to that one doing the business, or certainly getting in the frame. And even in the frame, it's going to pay out chunks. So job done there. Now the 5:45, this race I opened up the broadcast with and the show with the show. Life is a cabaret, old son. The show. Well, it'd be a show, wouldn't it, if this could pop up, and it would be a show if NAVOROSSE could pop up. Go to the 5:45 at Naas, and this is an interesting race. 19 runners go to post. It's a 10 furlongs handicap for 50 to 80 rated horses. Now, there's 2 horses I'm very, very keen on this race, and I'm going to mention 2. And I'll tell you, I'm going to back one of them, and I'm going to have a cover bet on the other one. But I am going to bet one of them a little bit bigger than the other, but I could see both of them running huge races. The one I'm going to bet as the winner, I'm going to give you now, but don't miss the other one as well, because the other one's got 4 duck eggs, and this one, what I'm going to tip you, has got 3 duck eggs. So between them, they've got 7 runs, 7 noughts. So there we go. We're sticking to that formula of horses which have been absolutely tailed off, and you couldn't find them with a Jodrell Bank telescope, and then coming out and having a 1 next to the name. I've done it last week for you, 18 to 1 into 7 to 1. That was a horse with 7 zeros, and these are similar sort of make-up horses. So I'm going to give you both of them, but I'm going to say number 13, Kitty McPhee. Kitty McPhee, trained by John Donoghue and ridden by Roland Whelan. Now, that's a combination, isn't it? You know, I mean, it really is. Absolutely unknown John O'Donoghue. But he's not really. He's a very, very warm operator. He's had 6 winners from 53 runners. That's powerful stuff, 11%. And he really, really knows the time of day. And I think he could have a winner on his hands here. This horse is a lovely filly, or this filly is a lovely filly, or this filly is a lovely horse, whatever you want to say it. But she's a filly. She's had 3 runs. And she's, you know, John Donoghue's bought this horse, this filly, in the 7th of May. It was 150 to 1. 5th of 12, never sighted, and why not? The 7th of June, a month later, he brought it out at 28 to 1 at the Curragh, never sighted, 6th of 13. And then at Dundalk, to get the handicap mark, it went off at 28 to 1. Whelan stepped on board, replacing Gary Alpin. And at Dundalk, it was 6th of 14, never sighted. So he hasn't been sighted at all with a rifle range. You can't find it, but I think you will tomorrow. I think this filly's ready to pop up. I think she's ready to win. First time for this very warm outfit, John S. Donoghue. That's right, John S. Donoghue. And Ronan Whelan on board. And number 13, Kitty McPhee, is my idea of the horse that could win and pop up and surprise everybody except us. That's for sure. All right, now the other horse there I want to mention is a similar sort of horse to that one, Kitty McPhee. And I've had to pack one over the other, and I've done it. Kitty McPhee's my selection. But don't forget this one, I'm telling you. Number 11, it's called Miss McHenry, trained by Jer Lyons and ridden by Jack Kearney. Now, this horse is another horse ready to strike. No question in my eyes whatsoever. But you can't back everything, but you can afford to back a couple in a race like this because they're both going to be huge odds. And I think Miss McHenry is another filly who's very, very dangerous indeed. Ran well last time up, when 5th of 17 behind a horse at Leopardstown called Tiori. I watched the race over and over again, and once again was given a very easy ride. Kearney rode it, and to be honest with you, it wasn't hard on the horse at all, and they've saved it for another day. I think today is probably going to be the day, Monday. The two horses can only win if it's a dead heat. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I think one of these two horses will win this race. I'm going for Kitty McPhee. Kitty McPhee, number 13. She's a lovely filly. She's off a mark of 71. She's running first time in a handicap for a very, very warm operator, John Estony, who, as I say, it's got to have a great chance at a big, big price, but that doesn't put me off. But I'm going to have a bit of a cover bet on Miss McHenry because, again, it's got the makeup and look of a possible plot as well. So there we go. Kitty McPhee and Miss McHenry, two lovely fillies there in the the last race of the day anyway. Where is it? Let me have a quick look for you. 5:45 at Naas, the finale. And earlier on, don't miss that, whatever you're doing. NAVOROSSE in the 250 at Naas, a big un. Pick a big un, they say. Pick a big un. Well, there's a big un for you. Number 23, NAVOROSSE, a horse with no form to its name whatsoever. You couldn't find that with a... You just couldn't, could you? No. 1. That's what we're looking for. And there we go. Well, I've enjoyed being with you today on this Sunday afternoon session. I'm just going out for afternoon tea, so that's why I'm dressed up today. Got a little bit of a nice little jacket on here. I look like I'm going to be the waiter, don't I, in this? Giving the old cream tea, innit? The old cream tea. Not had one for ages. I hope there's some left by the time I get there, because I'm a bit hungry myself right now. Anyway, let's get them bookies where it is. Really smack it to them. 23, NAVOROSSE. Don't miss it. That's in the 250 at Naas. And in that last race of the day, Kitty McPhee and the one and only Miss McHenry. 2 bets on 2 horses that both have very big chances. I'm going to stick my thumb up to you and say good luck. And the usual thing is, go get them.